Hi, I'm Morgan, a local resident who's been benefiting from Finchley parks my whole life. But increasingly, these spaces need protecting. One of the ways that neighbourhood communities have been doing this is through local green spaces. These are areas given greenbelt protection, and Finchley Open Space is one of them. The chairwoman, Suzanne King, spoke about how the space came to be.
Everything on here. Space first appears in records in 1448. It's actually been in its current shape since 1922. I think the most interesting bit is probably what happened in the early 20th century when it was sold as a 26-acre estate and with a big house on it, and it had piggeries and cow sheds, stables and a coachman's house and greenhouses and kitchen gardens and everything. And it was bought by Alice Melville, who was part of the Garden City movement, and she set up Brentway Garden Village Limited, which was going to turn it into a communal living experiment.
But its glory days were long gone, and the site became disused like many green spaces. Thanks to the hard work of local volunteers, the area is now being revived, with the land requiring extensive work so that it could be used.
It was an absolute jungle, and it was almost impenetrable. So we were using almost hatchets and anything we could to just cut through the bramble, the nettles, and it was very, very wild.
Yes, you see all that?
Yeah.
All those bits of wood.
Yeah.
We've been trying to make the path higher.
Okay. And we took the easiest route to make the paths kind of quite sort of curvy and through some of the major trees. They had Japanese knotweed here, which they had to kind of avoid totally.
On a bi-monthly volunteering day, local community members spoke about what they get from the space.
The biggest thing has been clearing the wall garden area, because that was just kind of, about 5 foot high in brambles, but now we've got it cleared, we've got paths. It's way more accessible for people. It's still a wild space and it's still, kind of very natural, but it's cared for.
Until a couple of years ago, I didn't realise there was anything behind the field here. All this area was sort of unknown, so I think it's just good to create a bit of extra space for everybody to use. It reminds us how important it is to have access to green space.
But it's really good because it's probably one of the only spaces that actually is quite private. So you can sit here and enjoy the air, enjoy the space without necessarily being overlooked or someone coming along.
Kind of want it to carry on forever, especially when, you do get attached to a little space like this and you love it so much.
Well, it looks like the space has been secured, and the Friends of Finchley Open Space will go on being a great source of community for years to come. But in London, the familiar sight and smell of traffic, or a construction site, never seems to be far away. In this urban sprawl, greenery has learnt to adapt, weaving in and out of streets and pavements. But this struggle between nature and man-made construction has never been more important. Across the globe and in the UK, study shows that biodiversity has been reduced, with an ever-increasing population adding pressure. From a public health standpoint, research has shown that green spaces in the UK bring a £34 billion benefit each year and save the NHS £111 million. But of course, it's not all about the money. A local resident shared their poetic take on the importance of green spaces.
In morning sun and gentle shade, from winter's grasp to autumn fade, an everyday idyll, open space green, air cleansed, fresh and clean. Here, volunteering and shared endeavour gives back individual pleasure. Background hum of traffic fades away, replaced by blackbirds, bees and jays. Emails and Zoom vanish for hours by willow and grass and scent of flowers. As the sun eases down, shading and shadow, ever-changing light across this small meadow. Parakeets shriek, smears of green anarchy, off to roost, ripping through canopy, greening of heart, cleansing of mind, coming together, commitment aligned. Come visit people from across the borough. Bring your friends and parents, sisters and brothers.